Hello and welcome to another episode of Quarterdeck. Well, talking about Quarterdeck time, you're viewing this telecast from Dubai. Here in Dubai, the climate is fantabulous with 15 to 18 degrees centigrade. It's absolutely cool here. No need for the AC, and with the Dubai Shopping Festival coming up and so many things happening. And I am sitting in the premises of a company called Euroblast Middle East LLC. This company deals with A to C setup as far as the portfolio in the blasting and painting sector is concerned, and they deal with so many products, be it the compressors, be it the safety equipment, be it the vacuum recovery and so on. And we're going to talk to the top management person, and he will tell you all about what Euroblast deals with. They have connections with several companies and their portfolios, their products, and we're going to show you everything. And well, to win an award once is a feather in the cap. To win an award for the second consecutive time is another feather in the cap. But what if you win an award every year consecutively? And one of the most prestigious awards which they won is the multi-million-dollar distributor award. And we are honored and privileged to have with us Mr. Kabeer Khader, the Managing Director of Euroblast Middle East. Hello and welcome to the Marine TV Quarterdeck show, sir.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Kabeer Khader, the climate of Dubai, it's now really cool with 15 to 18 degree and no more ACs.
Indeed, it's great. I mean, you look like part of Europe today.
Now, Euroblast is a millennium generation company. Well, in the field of the surface preparation and finishing industry.
Right.
Why a millennium generation company, or why do you call it? What is it? Our viewers would be interested to know.
You hit it at the head of the nail.
Okay.
Well, technology moves a nation. And I think technology moves a company to be forward.
Exactly.
We are a technology provider. We are a solution provider to the industry. We have our own in-house R&D department, and we develop the product to the requirements of the country, to the customer, to the requirements of the project. So we advance ourselves as a technology provider, totally differentiated from our competition.
Right.
And that is the reason we call as a millennium generation company. I hope you agree with me.
Well, a proper justification for a proper question.
Thank you.
Well, now the water jet cutting, it's almost taken over from the grid blasting technique.
Yes.
Because today everybody is talking about the environment. Even if you talk about the Dubai Maritime City, they're very, very particular about the environment.
Yes.
Protect the environment, protect the ocean, protect the air, protect the water. So environmental issues are very crucial and key. Now, talking about this water jet cutting, taking over the grid blasting techniques, from a layman's point of view, if you could give an explanation for that.
Well, I would rephrase what you said. It's not water jet cutting, it's water jet blasting.
Blasting.
Okay. You see, Dubai is a small place, and keeping the environment is absolutely very important. I mean, if you talk about other big countries, it's understandable. But being a small country, and the way the government has invested the money in the country to develop the place to as one of its kind in the world, I think everybody should be very careful and cautious to preserve the environment.
Right.
And with the growth of the industries in this country, the amount of abrasive blasting to prepare the surface, whether it's steel or concrete, is becoming more and more. So I think the initiative taken by the government of Dubai in introducing or restricting a green environment, or coming to approach to a green environment, is a very important thing to look at it.
Right.
That is where we come in. We really provide solution to overcome these issues.
Environmental friendly.
Absolutely. Our products are designed and on environment friendly standard. That's the reason I said to you about the dock master and the dock boy.
Okay.
These are all real solutions to the environment. In addition, we have developed a product which is called Ultra Blast, which is absolutely an environmental friendly product for the blasting industry. When you do water blasting, the productivity is very, very little. In a conventional blasting, I said you will get about 6 to 8 square meter, or sometimes even 10 to 12 square meter, depending on the surface and the person who is doing the blasting.
Right.
But in high pressure water jetting, you're getting about 3 to 4 square meter if you are lucky. So the production cost got very high, and in addition, the water you use has to be absolutely free from chloride.
Why?
If you if you use chloride on a surface, steel, to be painted, you're adding fuel to the fire.
Okay.
That itself creates corrosion.
Right. So it should
So
be
the water has to be potable.
Right.
And water is not cheap. It's more expensive than oil.
This part of the world.
In this part of the world. So there are various factors to be looked into and to be judged before we make up a decision how to go for the blasting. Of course, it depends on the various standards required, various the requirements and the specifications, etc., etc. So to answer your question, it's not true to say water blasting has taken over grid blasting. Grid blasting will never die. It cannot, because it's very important. But in certain areas, yes, you can use it. But to combat that situation, we have introduced the ultra blast, which is a combination of grid and water blasting with high pressure. So ultra blast is a technique whereby we use a high pressure air operated pump up to 35,000 psi, and we have a wet grid blasting system whereby the grid and the water is mixed together, and the high pressure water jet pump the grit and water at a very high velocity, hit the surface, cleans off the steel, and no dust pollution. So 2 in 1.
It's a culmination of
exactly. So I think that gives you the answer.
Now the main priority which I had to judge in your answer is it's environmentally.
Absolutely. That's why we are investing a lot of money in our research and development center to find solution in today's world. To combat the problems of environment. So I think, as I said to you, a green environment absolutely required in this country today.
Well, for the viewers, if you could, the hybrid coating, I don't know whether to use the word, the latest, the newest, but basically the hybrid coating and its features. You're the right man to talk about the hybrid coating.
Well, I may not be the right man to talk about coatings because I'm not a paint man.
Right.
Okay, we don't supply paint. We supply everything else to the industry. But you know the word meaning of hybrid. It's a mixture of two. Okay. You see, most of the coating used in the industry is epoxy systems. Recently, there are new products coming into the market.
Plenty.
Yes, plenty. But one of the products which has obtained of paramount importance is the polyurea. Polyurea is a very efficient coating system. It lasts longer and it cures faster. This is the most important thing in a coating, provided you take the right product. Polyurea is a combination of polythyramine and isocyanate. And you also have another application material, painting material, which is called polyurethane. Polyurethane is polyol and isocyanate. Hybrid is a mixture of polyurea and polyurethane.
Both.
It's a mixture. Okay, it's a proportionate.
You take little from both.
Yes. Okay. And that is called hybrid. Incidentally, when you ask the question, the polyurea is a very fast curing product, and you cannot use a normal conventional way of painting. You have to have a specialized equipment called the reactor. Again, the reactor is a product, is a machine manufactured by Greco International USA, which we are representing. So it's only with the reactor, which is a 1:1 proportion, this product can be applied. Okay. There are also certain hybrid epoxy coating system also in the market. I think I can't give you more answer to that question.
Well, the jetting system is an inevitable one for hull cleaning and surface preparations in shipyards. But my question to you is, how important is this as far as the marine industry is concerned?
You see, it doesn't make a difference whether it's a petrochemical industries or marine industry. The process of blasting is the same for everywhere. But to combat the environmental solutions, to combat the environmental problems, as he said, high pressure water jetting technique is the only answer. But it has got its own deficiencies, as I explained to you before. It is, I don't say that water jetting is inevitable. From time immemorial, grid blasting has been the answer.
Okay.
And everywhere in the world, still going on. But if you wanted to have a solution to overcome the environmental problem, my answer is for a faster turnaround of the vessels and for a higher productivity, you should go to a system like the dock master or the dock boys or the ultra blasts. That's why I explained to you already about those things.
Yeah.
So I think that's the answer.
No matter what the industry is.
No. And in addition, we also have a dry blasting technique in industry environment. For the deck of the vessel or also for the hull, we have auto blasted systems. And that is working with the recyclable grit. There is no dust pollution. All the debris is sucked back by vacuum and is separated inside the machine, and the dust is separated in the dustbin, and the good grit goes into the chamber again for recycling, and the continuous blasting goes on, and you get a higher productivity as well. So we have the solution. So there are solutions for that.
Actually, before going to the next question, I just want to ask you, 33 years before and 33 years now, you can say the difference, is it not? It's a massive difference.
Well, there is no word to pronounce it. When I came in 77, there was hardly anything here. The Dubai-Abu Dhabi road was even an unpaved road, more or less. At that time, there was only one five-star hotel, which was the Intercontinental. And I think next to that, there was a Phoenicia hotel. And the Garhood Bridge was under construction maybe a year later or 2 years later. I think it was an empty land, a barren land, a deserted place.
Before we wind up, a note on your family, because your family is, of course, could be your strength.
Absolutely.
So, if you could tell us about your family.
Well, it's a small family. I have my wife and I have 2 children.
Wife supports you in your...
My wife has been my encouragement always.
Emotionally and...
Yes. And when the home is happy, everything else is happy. I have a daughter and a son, and my daughter is educated in the States. Okay. She's running her IT business.
Where?
In Dubai.
In Dubai.
And my son has been partly managing this business. Now he has gone to France to get his master's in MBA. Okay. I think it's a...
Married?
No, not married. We are all a closely niche family.
Okay.